Sherry Patterson was the one who told me about the mission trip to Haiti. She wanted me to pray about going to Haiti with her, and so, I told her I'd pray about it. One of my regulars at Jim and Nick's came in, and I serve he and his wife every week pretty much, and so he asked me, what's going on, anything new? I said, well, I'm praying about this trip to Haiti with Bellevue, and told him that we were going to be doing construction for the school, and, it was right after the earthquake and all of that, and so he said, well, that sounds like a great trip, Sarah. You need to go on that. And I was like, well, I'm not sure. I'm still praying about it. The doctor came into the restaurant the very next day after we had talked about that, and he had brought me a gift book and had slid a check inside the book, and he left it for me. And my manager called me at home and said, Sarah, there's a really big check for you in this book, and you should probably come pick it up. And I was like, okay. And they told me it was the doctor. And so I went in and picked up the book, and I saw the amount of the check that it was written out to me for $500 for the trip. And I just got so overwhelmed. It was maybe a week or two later that another couple comes into Jim and Nick's. And this time, I didn't even know these people, okay? They came in, and I wasn't even serving them. They just came in, and I saw them. They had St. Jude's shirts on, and I'd run the marathon, and so I was like, hey, I want to talk to them. They're fun, So I started talking with them and found out that they were believers. I began to share with them how the Lord had provided for the trip through the doctor. And so they got really excited. They were so excited for me and that the Lord was providing in such a cool way. I didn't even have to ask him for money. And so the husband, he said, well, Sarah, how much do you need? How much more do you need? And I said, well, I've pretty much, I think I got it covered because I can send letters to people. I've got people in Orlando and different stuff like that. So I was going to send letters. And he's like, no, that's not what I asked you. He said, how much do you need right now at this point to cover your trip? And I said, $333. And so he goes, can you wait here like 10 minutes? I live right across the street. I'm going to go get my checkbook, and I want to write out the remainder of your needs. A verse that I wrote in my journal during the trip to Haiti was actually Hebrews 13, 1 and 2. And it says, let love of the brethren continue. Do not neglect to show hospitality to strangers, for by this some have entertained angels without knowing it. And, I guess just, the fact that the people I didn't even know gave money, that it relates to that. But also just me not wanting to go on the trip just because of the money thing, that was kind of selfish. So the let love of the brethren continue, just being willing to go and do what the Lord says to do.